Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I am sitting in my Chevy Tahoe and I'm on Swan Falls Road on my way to the Snake River Canyon, taking a turn off here, and I've got the DJI Air 2S. This is something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take the Air 2S, we're going to put it up in the air, we are going to track the Tahoe with it, and we're going to drive out to the edge of the canyon. And then once I get out there, we're going to we're going to send the Air 2S out over the canyon and look around a little bit. Anyway, should be kind of fun and just showing off a few of the capabilities of this drone, the kind of tracking that it'll do. And by the way, I do have the RC Pro as well, so we'll be using the RC Pro for that. And yeah, we'll just get this guy out and just kind of show off and see what it can do a little bit. So give me just a second here. Let me get it all set up. The next thing you'll see is the drone up in the air, and then we'll start tracking, and we'll talk about some of the things that you have to think about when you're doing this kind of work. Okay, I've got the drone up in the air and you can see it there looking down at the Tahoe, but there's some things that we need to do first. And I see we're at 85% battery, so we better get it in gear here. So one of the things that I want to do is, if I lose signal, I just want the drone to hover. Because if it returns to the home point, it's going to be following us. I don't want it to return to this home point. So I'll want it to hover if we lose signal. Then I can recover signal and do what I need to do. Then when we get out to the edge of the canyon, we're going to want to change that. But first, let's get it tracking here. We're going to go into the focus track mode. Gosh darn it. I thought I told it to not show that again, but it did. That little animation. Of course, I guess this is the first time I've used the RC Pro for this, so that may be the situation. So in spotlight mode, it's just going to look at us, but we're going to go into active track, and I'm going to click go. And let's get heading out to where we're going to go here. So we're going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to go around the long way. We're going to go over a little bridge here. So yeah, this is kind of an interesting little spot. There's kind of a little piece of pavement right here, and you know, it was a good place to take off from. And then I got to cross this little cement bridge. So, and you can see the drone is the drone's just going to follow us here. So we're going to go out on this little dirt track, and we're going to head out to the edge of the canyon. So a little crazy here getting over the top. And yeah, we're on this dirt track, and you can see the drone is following us just perfectly. Let's see if we can put it into there's trace mode and there's follow me mode. Let's stop here for a second. And I thought that there was a way. Yeah, let's go parallel here. And let's push the drone off to our side. I should have done that first. And let's put the drone in parallel here for a second. So active track, parallel, go. Whoop. Yeah, there we go. It's got us. And so it should stay right to the side of us here as we're going out here. And then, yeah, this is definitely a dusty, dirty road, man. I'm telling you, this dirt in these little ruts that I'm going through, it's just like powder. You can see it poofing up there. And let's see if we can, while we're going here, I think I can increase the distance. I can't remember if I can or not. No, I'm on the right stick, and it doesn't. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's kicking it out there a little bit. I'm doing that on the right stick. So you get a little bit bigger picture. Let's go ahead and kick this guy a little bit higher in the air too. I think we can do that as well. Yeah, it's going up. So I'll kind of give you more of a picture here. Let's stop there and let's have it orbit us. So I'm going to click stop. I'm going to go into POI, maybe POI, and let's go ahead and yeah, you had that darn dialog box in the way. Let's click go, and we'll have this guy orbit us as we go, and it's doing that perfectly. So the one thing that I'll tell you about this particular drone is it does not have sideways obstacle avoidance. So if there were trees or something like that around you, and I can see that it's kind of having a hard time at the speed I'm going, catching up, I'm gonna ramp up the speed to maximum on that orbit. I'm also gonna grab more altitude because I see there's some power lines up here and I don't want to get involved with them. And I'm going to click the speed up to maximum. I've got it on fast, and let's see if it can do a better job of staying up with us here. And we're going to turn to the left here as we're heading over the canyon, but it's pretty darn cool, isn't it? You know, the drone's just going to follow us out to the canyon and do some kind of cool, like I said, orbits here, and you'll get to see a little bit different part of the world here. Kind of see what we're looking at. This, what we're going through right now, they run cattle out here once in a while, but you know, right now it's just a bunch of weeds. There's a lot of cheat grass and so forth out here that isn't really good for animals. And here we're coming up on another rut that's just full of that powder, and yeah, it just would be, that's just going to be mud if it were wet. And here's where we're gonna make a right turn, and the reason that I went over those rows in altitude is because you can see those power lines right there. Hopefully you'll be able to see them here in a second. And the drone, if it was not, were not high enough, it's certainly not going to see, you know, those little power lines. So I forgot that you have to go right under them here, but we've got the drone high enough that it's not going to be a problem. And yeah, so now this track, it's a little bit wider, but it's definitely rutted and bouncing around. Yeah, we're going right under those power lines, and the drone is safely above it. And yeah, I'm getting bounced around here quite a bit, but it's all right. That's what we're doing. It's just stunning to me that this drone, you know, it's got the power that it can still do those orbits around us while we're moving. So we're getting kind of close to the edge here. You'll see the edge of the canyon here in a second. This is kind of a cool spot. You literally, at this spot, you know, if my throttle got stuck right now, we'd go sailing right over the edge of the canyon. It would, you know, there's no fence here. There's nothing. You're just right on the edge of the canyon. And you know, you'll see out here beer bottles and stuff like that. So I think, like, yeah, I'm quite sure high school kids come out here and have parties and so forth. But yeah, we'll just pull up here. We'll get turned around. I'm going to turn around here, and the drone should, on part of its orbit, I suspect will just go right out over the edge of the canyon. And I'm kind of being careful here. There's some fire pits. I don't want to run over any glass or anything and get a flat tire while I'm out here. So let's get turned around. And yeah, there you saw the canyon there. I was busy turning around and not looking at where the drone was going. So let's get out now and let's fly the drone around a little bit. Yeah, and it's still doing it's dutifully doing its orbit. Okie dokie. I'm out of the car here. Let's click stop. How much battery? Heck, we still got 51% battery. So let's pick up that camera, and I'll tell you what, it's hot. I'm standing out here in just the sunlight, and boy, oh boy, it's a hot day today. It feels hotter than that 80 degrees that it said, but yeah, let's drop some altitude here, bring it over the top of us. And this is one of my favorite shots, and you see me walking towards the edge. Like I said, if you wanted to in your car, you could go right over that edge of the canyon. Oh, that's pretty cool, huh? So yeah, I always get a little nervous on heights here. So I'm not gonna get too carried away, get too close to the edge. Where I'm standing right here, I'll flip it around so you can see me. Where I'm standing right here is as close to the edge as I'm gonna get. Where are we at here? Yeah, I guess I have to back the drone up, but yeah, there you can see me down there. I am not, well, I'll take a couple more steps. I'm telling you, I'm right on the edge of this cliff, and it gives me the creeps just thinking about it. But anyway, here's the canyon, and it's beautiful today, man. It really looks nice. Let's go ahead and head on down the canyon a little bit. You can see down there, I'm going to point the camera down a little bit. You can see they've got places. In fact, there's even the BLM kind of takes care of this, and there's that's the end of as far as you can drive down in the canyon, and the rest of it is a walking trail, but you know, they even have a restroom down there and so forth. So let's head out over the canyon. And you guys have seen some of this before, but I think it's pretty damn cool that we're able to have the drone out here, and I'm dropping it down into the canyon. Let's see if we can get into negative territory. Yeah, we're in negative height here. And one of the cool things about it is where I'm standing right here, yeah, we are 40 meters down into the canyon. I've got such a straight shot towards the drone that I'm able to do that standing on the edge here. Yeah, I mean, I've never done this before, guys. We're down low into the canyon here. Hey, I did notice something just now using the RC Pro. I've noticed that that a fan came on in the RC Pro. Like I said, it's really a hot day today. And we're right over the Snake River here. Let's go straight forward. Yeah, it's not often that you get the opportunity to get this low in the canyon. Heck, let's get even a little lower without being in the canyon itself. The only time I've ever flown this low in the canyon is actually being in the canyon itself. So yeah, we're 80 meters. We are 80 meters down in the canyon. And the cool thing is I have a straight shot at the drone standing here on the edge with the controller. So we have a really good control signal. And I know we're going to get the question now, if it went to return to home, would it rise just 30, my return to home height is set at 30 meters, would it rise to 30 meters from there? No, it won't. And in fact, let's just prove that. Let's go till this thing goes into emergency return to home. And that just reminds me, I'm going to pause there for a second, and it's going to do that any second here.
Battery level is low.
Yeah.
The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. So we're going to cancel that, and we are going to go, I'm going to change the home point. So safety menu here. Let's see. Update home point. Update home point. And I'm going to hit controller. Yeah, there we got it back. So let's go ahead and hit return to home now, and you are going to see it. You're going to see it rise, and it will rise. It'll go up those 80 meters, and it'll go 30 meters above that. So again, I apologize for fumbling around there. It's been a while since I've done that. That's me dropping the camera down so we get a better view here. But yeah, now it's coming back, and yeah, you can see it's rising to a positive 30 meters. So it went up about 110 meters in height there in order to get back to us. And I told it to come to the controller, so it's going to be right where I'm standing right here. So we'll manually land it when it gets back here, because what I don't want. Ooh, and I have got an aircraft to the west of me that he is quite low over the canyon, but he's way out of our way. I'm surprised that it's not showing on ADS-B, although we're in Class G airspace, so I guess technically he wouldn't have to have ADS-B on, but that's why you need to keep your eyes open. I mean, that guy was really low over the canyon, so those are the kind of things you want to pay attention to. So it looks like I thought I reset the return to home point, but evidently not. So we're going to stop that. It's going back to the other spot. So I stopped it, and we're going to bring it back to us right here. So I don't know what I did wrong there, but definitely I did something there that I didn't. I thought I told it to come back to the controller, but I must not have clicked update or something. I'll look at that on the replay. But I definitely bringing it back towards us so that we knew where we're at here. So that's a good thing. Yeah, it was going back to that other spot where we originally took off. So yeah, but we did show. And the other thing I want to tell you is I'm in direct sunlight here, and I'm not having any problem seeing the drone at all. So, or excuse me, seeing the FPV screen on the controller. So let's see, and boy, the fan is going full blast on this RC Pro controller, I can tell you that. And you can see me down there. Let's bring this guy down. I'll tell you, the other thing that I keep telling people about these kind of drones is, and I'm looking for a good smooth spot without a lot of rocks here to land this guy, is that the power of this drone as opposed to a mini drone's, the way it'll descend quickly and ascend quickly. I'm going to come around the other side, see if I can get in the, yeah. So that way we've got the sun behind the camera on the drone. Let's go ahead and we're just going to land it right now. Kick that gimbal up a little bit, and I'm going to put it into landing mode. Boom, and down she goes. Okay, I'm going to stop recording in a minute here. Don't want to stop recording till I want to get back into the car here. Man, I'm telling you, the sun is just brutal. Got it, I'm doing everything. I just about dropped the controller. Looks like I started recording again. Hey, okay, I've got the drone sitting on the dashboard of my car, and I see the Action 2 camera overheated because it's in the heat of the dash of the automobile. But anyway, so what did we do? We took off over by the highway. We had the drone follow us all the way out here, and then we took it out over the canyon. We dove way low, over 80 meters down into the canyon, and it's cool because where I'm standing right here, you can get a straight shot with the antenna here, and this powerful RC Pro controller did very, very well. So anyway, and then I messed up when I selected controller, but I don't think I told it to change the home point. I didn't reinforce that. So when it went to return to home, it was trying to go back to the spot where we had taken off from, and that was kind of what I was cautioning about earlier. But we saw that, simply flew it back manually and landed it here. So anyway, this is just something a little different. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.